Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Mind your business. Only on Money FM 89.3.
That's right. You are listening to Mind Your Business on Money FM 89.3. I'm Ahmad Akhtar. What is the Singaporean dream today? Now, for decades, it was often summed up by the 5 C's: cash, car, credit card, condominium, and country club. A tangible marker of success and status. But as Singapore celebrates its Diamond Jubilee at SG60, we're starting to ask, do these symbols still define what it means to make it here? After all, no matter how big or small, don't come without challenges. Rising costs of living, uncertain global economies, and even life events like illness or accidents can disrupt the journey. Which brings us to an interesting question. How do we protect our dreams while chasing them? That's exactly what today's conversation is about. A collaboration that takes the satirical, light-hearted lens of the Singaporean Dream card game and the world of insurance, all to spark conversations about what we dream of and how we can safeguard those dreams. And to help us with that, we've got 2 very special guests with us. Let us first introduce Theresa Syn, founder of the Singaporean Dream card game and game studio SYNT. Good morning, Theresa.
Morning. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. And joining her is Andrew Yeo, CEO at Income Insurance. Morning, Andrew.
Hi, good morning. Hi.
All right. This question is directed to the both of you. I'll start with Andrew first. Do Singaporeans still dream the same way as before, or are we in the middle of a quiet redefinition of success? Does the old dream of the 5 C's still stand?
I think over the years, with the passing of generations, the definition of success as well as dreams, I think, has evolved. So I think, earlier you mentioned about the 5 C's, and I believe that, as the Gen Zs and the millennials enter the workforce and now actually stepping into a bigger life role as caregivers, parents and homeowners, how they are socially programmed over the years have changed. So I think the way that they defined their dreams are very different from their parents, no longer as definite as the 5 C's. And I think they are definitely much more, in a way, beyond the material aspect, looking for meaning as well as purpose as they chase their dreams.
Theresa, would you agree with Andrew there? Are we more ambitious now or more cautious?
Yeah, I agree with Andrew's thinking. I think even for myself, what the Singaporean Dream meant to me a couple of years ago now, I think it's definitely changed as I learn more about myself and definitely will change as time to come.
All right, Theresa, staying with you now, you're the entrepreneur behind the wildly popular card game that pokes fun at our quirks while reflecting Singaporean aspirations. In fact, the Singaporean Dream has become a household name for its humor and relatability. Tell us about the spark that led you to start your own game studio, SYNT, and what it says about the society here that a satirical card game about our aspirations can resonate so deeply with the average person.
Sure. So just thinking about when I first created the Singaporean Dream, so the concept came to me when I was graduating from university. At that time, all the questions I was getting, what was I going to get a job? So I felt a lot of pressure to create the Singaporean Dream. And then from there, we went for local card games, and how we sort of grew our studio and started for the Singaporean Dream.
Excellent.
Singaporean game.
Yeah, great stuff. Let's talk more about the launch of the Singaporean Dream Income 55th Anniversary Limited Edition card game in commemoration of Income Insurance's 55th anniversary. On the surface, it would appear that satire and insurance don't really mix too well. One is cheeky, the other more serious. Yet here we are with a collaboration that marries both. Andrew, why turn to a game rather than a white paper or a campaign? What can games surface about aspirations and risk that traditional methods simply cannot?
Yeah, so 2025 holds a very special meaning for income insurance as we turn 55 and the nation celebrates SG60. So we felt that, let's find a meaningful way for us to actually turn into something fun, but still something deeply grounded in the lives of the people in Singapore. And for our business as an insurer, financial planning is key. However, financial planning isn't always straightforward. And while we all know that it is important, it usually isn't top of mind. And can be quite a burdensome topic for some as well. So to explore a more creative and fun platform like the Singapore Dream card game to actually spark conversations on this important topic, but make it a bit lighter through humor while reminding people that financial planning is important as they continue to work towards their dream, but make sure that they take care of their basic needs and be very clear what they need to do as they secure their dreams.
Yeah, as you pointed out, seems to be a lighter way to introduce people to financial planning. Theresa, when you created this limited edition, you introduced life events like health scares, travel disruptions, accidents, basically things that disrupt our dreams. How did you balance humor with these very real risks?
Yeah, so it was a really fun challenge to turn a complex topic like insurance into something fun and educational via the game. And credit to the income team, we were given a lot of fun with the game design. So in the game, we added an exciting gameplay such as the live events. And these live events have got all of the players at the table. And if you don't have your insurance coverage cards, there will be effects to you in this game. So this, although it's a game, this edition of this mimics a lot of real life. I'll need to be aware of that for. So I'm really personally quite proud of this partnership with the income team and what we've created. And I think it can be a fun way to get people to start thinking about how they can protect and secure their dreams.
Yeah, speaking of fun, your game mechanics literally include pay, steal, sabo, and insure. Which of those do you think most reflects the reality of entrepreneurship here in Singapore?
I think it's a bit of everything, really. I do see playing a game of Singaporean Dream sort of very much mimicking the life of an entrepreneur. I think there are bills to pay. You need to be savvy with how you navigate the life as a business owner. And particularly in the income edition, with the layer of financial protection, this is very real business owner, because there are lots of sort of life events that might come your way, challenges come your way that you need to be prepared for. So I do it as a ways that the game mirrors real life as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, very interesting. Let's shift the gears a little bit. Now, it's intriguing that both of you work with uncertainty. Theresa, in game design, you build chaos, chance moments. Andrew, in insurance, you prepare for unpredictability in real life. So, Andrew, what's one unconventional risk you've taken in your career that you'd like to share with us, and what did it teach you about resilience?
In my career, one unconventional one is when I started to work overseas more than 20 years ago, about 25 years ago. And I think at that point in time, it wasn't usual for somebody like a Singaporean to work overseas. But I undertook that challenge and went working in the emerging countries around ASEAN. And I think the big lesson learned is that the life in the other ASEAN countries is definitely different, utterly different from Singapore. And in those environment circumstances, it is really about adapting, the ability to adapt, and when in Rome, do what the Romans do, and really be able to be open-minded and accept, different ways of life and different way of doing things.
All right. Well, some would argue that you may have taken a risk by venturing into the card game space, but it seems to be paying off so far. We've been in conversation with Andrew Yeo, CEO at Income Insurance, and Theresa Syn, founder of the Singaporean Dream card game and game studio SYNT. Thank you both for your time this morning.
Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you.
Stay with Money FM 89.3.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.